Homebrew Wednesday. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. The last one was the Brewmaster Brew Day that I did. Hoping to get a couple more brew days filmed soon, but obviously it's trying to find the time and whatnot. But I'll definitely get one done. There's going to be possibly a big brew in the bag stout getting done, because now the weather's not took the turn as much, but it's kind of got a little bit cooler. The temperature's a little bit more stable in the flat, and I've brewed some beers of late that are a little bit questionable whether the fermentation's been that great, but I'm up against it, and that's the only way I can do it at the moment. So the stout and the weather being a little bit cooler should work out just right to have about 23 litres of stout. I'm going to probably keg about 9 litres of it. I've started to get the little corny kegs out of hiding and start using them again. So this week's been a week for beer mails. I've been very fortunate enough to get 2 beer mails in 1 week. So the first is going to be from Longstraw, a chap called Stuart, and of his missus as well, Stuart and Debs. Sent me 4 beers, which is really, really generous. I've got a Southern Belle, which is an all grain. I've got an excellent write up, a Smoky Joe extract. Got Tom Caxton Lager and a Double Dutch extract. And a write up with all the. I've got up my game. When people send me beers, they send me all detailed information. And I send people beers, and it just says stout 2%, 5%, and that's about it. So that's really good, really informative to kind of get, especially to have the whole recipe on there. Excellent. And also it said enjoy the pork scratchings, and at first there was loads of these little green things in the parcel, and I thought, what, pork scratchings? And very kindly they've sent me a packet of pork scratchings, and I just did a pork scratching review for the Porky's pork scratchings, and pork scratchings are my thing. I love them. They're one of the best probably beer snacks you can get. But this one is pork crackling with an apple sauce dipping pot, which blows my mind. I've never even seen that you can get pork scratchings with a dipping sauce. So that might be a separate review. I think I'm going to give it its own review for that one to further the beer snack review thread, and have one of Stuart's beers, and then dive into some pork scratchings, but put it on its own video, because one that comes with apple sauce, that's worthy of its own thing. I'm just wondering if it's just down here that we don't eat a lot of pork scratchings, and that's why there's not much variety, because I've found some real kind of interesting pork scratching flavours of late, and different varieties, but you just kind of get the basic ones down here. It's really disappointing. So cheers for that. That's really appreciated. I can't wait to dive into the beers. Cheers. And then the second beer mail was from Frank's Homebrew 77. Now, he said in his video that he sent like 20 odd beers, but you'd be lucky if you got a couple or something, because the postman might have took them and that. But all I got was an envelope with some Guinness beer mats in it. I don't know what he's on about, but they'll do. Nah, I'm only joking. I did get a couple of beers. I got a Russian Imperial Stout, which says open at Christmas. So that that could well be the Christmas beer. I did have a Hamilton Homebrew Stout that I was going to save for Christmas, but the other day I got a little bit desperate. There was no beer in the house, and Hamilton Homebrew's Russian Imperial Stout's a bit of a firm favourite, so I just drank it. I couldn't help myself. But I'll definitely save this till Christmas. And then we've got a Pilsner, which I'm presuming is good to go. So that'll be cracked very soon. I can't wait for that. So cheers, Frank. And I believe the beers came really quick. He messaged me one day and they were here like instantly the next. I'd love to get a beer mail sorted back, but it seems it's quite awkward. I know it's quite expensive to get him to where he is, but I'd love to sort something out. Maybe everyone who wants to send beer mails to Frank will have to, because I'm sure Beer Lover, what do I always forget it? Is it 25? They're, one of the Scottish chaps. I can't remember his name. I always watch his videos and I can't remember the name now. I'm sure it's Beer Lover 25. I'm sure it is. Yeah. I'm sure he's been up to see Frank. He has. Yeah. I've seen the videos. Wow, this must be a strong beer I'm drinking. Definitely. So wonder if we could, at some point he's going to go back. We could give all the beers to them and they could go up there when they go up there next. And I don't know. that'd be a good thing. Anyone that wants to send Frank some beers could, maybe could arrange that through the year and get them sent. I don't know, just an idea. Other than that, there's not an awful lot going on. I've bottled my porter, or kegged it. Not really that impressed. It tasted a bit funny, but sometimes I've tasted them out that like the fermenter and thought this tastes rough, and bottled it, and it's been a great beer. So I thought I'd stick it in the keg, and at least that way I can tap into it when I want. And if it is rough, I haven't wasted all that time bottling. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Kew Market, and as you can see, I got myself a new T-shirt from Kew Brewery. Picked up some of their fantastic beers, sampled a few, spoke to the brewer there, and excellent chap, Dave. Found out some interesting stuff, really good to talk to. Tried a few samples and then bought one of each beer, and there'll be reviews of them coming up. But some fantastic beers, and it's really great to have another local brewery so close to me. With Twickenham Ales, Kew Brewery, just to name a couple. It's growing, it's good. Other than that, I've picked up a new homebrew purchase from the malt miller. It's one of these like double whisk things, like the wort aerator, and also for whirlpooling. There's a video on the website that takes you to I think it's NorCal, the company that supplies it from America, that show you how these work. Just whack it on your drill, put it into the boil pot after you've got your your pellets or your hops or whatever in there, whiz it up, draw it out so it's got the cone, and then all your tube and whatnot is in the centre. And then with the SS Brewtech pot, it's got that kind of trub down. I'm hoping that'll give me a nice little cone in the middle, and I can draw away and not have all the cack go into the fermenter. I'm trying to stay away from whole hops now. I'm finding that if I'm going to use whole hops, they're great, for not too bad for dry hopping and that when you put them in a bag and that. But I prefer pellets all round. I'm just finding it that much easier. Packets are smaller. They're easier to store in the freezer. You can put more of them in there. You need less. It's just there's too many benefits to kind of that outweigh. So once I've used up all the leaf hops from this season, and I've got a few from last season, that I'm going to go pellet only just to make life a little bit easier. So I'm going to put this into practice soon, probably I might be on the next brew day, because that'd be a stout and it won't have a lot of hops in it, but on a next kind of IPA, I'm going to give this a whiz and see how it works, and hopefully film it just to show how effective it is. But even if it's not great for that, it's going to be great for aerating the wort before pitching the yeast. So it's got a dual use. It's all stainless steel, so that's another tool to add. And that, I think, that's it for me. I think I've rattled on enough. So till next week, cheers.